Hello and welcome. Today I would like to show you my latest project of restoring and modifying Thorens TD160. This table came from Great Britain. I got it on auction on eBay. Came in pristine condition, was perfectly clean, perfectly looking, no scratches whatsoever. But still I decided to go ahead and modify it and change the look of the table to matte black and modify the tone arm. I would like to present you any modification I did on this table just to get best possible playback from those great machines. Thorens TD160 was highly regretted back in the 70s when it was introduced due to the really good, really precisely made 10mm bearing which sits in the sub platter, to heavy platter, sub chassis which is suspended on the 3 springs, and pretty quiet motor for the standards. Those tables were equipped most likely with a Tp16 arm, which is really underrated. I think a lot of people are just looking at this arm and trying to get this arm going, and they are not happy with the performance. I decided to modify this arm, which I'm going to show you later on, and I'm pretty happy with the performance I'm getting from the table. The table came with an original receipt from 1973 with an instruction manual, which was the original one, and the catalog from the store where this guy bought it, and it's really something interesting to look on. There was 47-year-old documentation, and just look and having a kind of impression how old is this table. This is my 5th completed project of modifying Thorens turntable. Every time I'm trying to implement new ideas, introduce new changes, new modification. So every design, every completed project is just better and better, in my opinion. Like when you're starting modifying your Thorens, you have to start with replacing the original plinth. The original plinth, it's quite light and it's just not taking the vibration quite efficiently. Right, in my model, in my project, I used 30 millimeter wide heavy oak. I replaced the bottom part, the base plate, with a 10mm plywood. All together, everything together, it's screwed with the T-nuts, with the Allen keys. So the T-nuts are pressed into the plinth, so there is no such a risk of overturning the screws in the wood. So they are really tight. The plinth and the bottom base plate weighs around 5.5 kilo. Comparing to original one, it's a lot heavier. This makes a big difference when it comes to vibration and any unwanted noise in like made by the motor or by the bearing, or any elements are crucial in this design. So next important step when you're modifying your Thorens, it's to replace the bottom plate. Like I said, the bottom plate on my one, it's made out of 10mm plywood. I have 3 spikes placed in triangle, and as you can see here, the base plate is quite thick. So if you look inside, this is how this looks. Now this is the way I fitted the T-nuts into the corners. So I'm using the 6mm Allen keys to screw the top and the bottom plates together. So it's very tight. So the damping is a very important part. Now before you go ahead with doing any damping, you have to be aware that the over damping this table, it will take a bit of Thorens charm and will take a bit of Thorens signature. But I will improve the details, the speed of the low tones, and the 3D holography. So I used some sort of bitumen mats. Some of them are using Dynamat, but I found this one very good in the automotive shop. It was a lot cheaper. Then on the sub chassis, I used the 6mm MDF. It's glued to the sub chassis with a glue. And then one of the things I added on, it's two rings made out of plywood. They are glued to the bearing, like you can see. So it's all the if the bearing is ringing or bringing any vibration from the bearing to the sub chassis, it will be reduced. Now this is not a modification. This is glued on the little tube with a ball from the bearing and with a spring, so it pushes the rod of the motor, so there's no rumble. Now you can see here on the left, the cable is coming directly from the cartridge and goes into the RCA connectors, which are around here on the back of the table, so no connections whatsoever. By the way, these are silver cordless cables, so very big difference after rewiring the tone arm. A lot better playback. Now moving to the right of the table, as you can see here, I can see here the IEC plug goes to the inline filter, and then the whole power section is moved from this place away from the signal cables away to the right. So any hum or you know, the hum from the mains, it's reduced again. So this is how it looks on the bottom. Okay, moving next, after damping the whole table inside out, I moved to another challenge. Tp16. Well, it's highly underrated in my opinion. I found many positive feedbacks from the guys in the internet that they're saying that when this arm is calibrated well and the cartridges choose properly, it can sing well. But also I found the very interesting post on one of the forums that one of the guys reduced the effective weight of this arm from 16.5 gram to around 10. So this makes this arm the medium weight tone arm. So with this effective mass, you can use more modern cartridges. So my version, I decided to take the TP60 head shell and replace it with something more modern looking. So I got something from eBay. Then I screwed a couple of holes just to reduce more weight from it. Then I removed all the connections while I was rewiring the arm. So all the connections are gone. I can see here that the cables are going straight to the arm tube. The same is inside there. They all going straight into the RCA connector. Another big thing is playing with this part. I removed, as you can see here, the little disc where you can set up the weight of the cartridge. It's gone. It's been reported as this is bad design, and it just makes this arm you know, not really accurate in this point. Then the second weight, it's gone as well, so it's just look like this. I polished the whole arm, I stripped the paint, so I think it looks a bit better in my opinion. Also the anti-skating mechanism, it's moved from the right to the left, so you can't see him when you're looking at the table from this angle. It works the same. It's just my you know, my idea just to tune it around, like the like when you put an arm together, you can do really whatever you like, just to get the right geometry on the arm. Apart the changes to the arm, I also decided to use acrylic block for armrest. Well, it's something different. It looks more modern again, and just just for a nice look, I just took the TD160 numbers, the model number on the back of it, so just to look good. The head shell has 1 mm thick. I think it's oak wood, just to get a rotating vibration. So the arm got the Ortofon 2M black. Really good sounding cartridge, and I'm getting really good results on this stone arm. So don't hesitate just to mess around your Tp16. I previously had SME 3009 version 3, and I have to say that this stone arm, after modification, after lowering effective mass and 2M black, it's absolute killer. It just sounds so good. It sounds amazing. And I'm hoping to add some video recorded from this table soon, so you might have a look and judge yourself. So thanks guys for watching the video. I really appreciate if you leave thumbs up. I hope you liked my own modification, my own way of looking at the new way of looking at the Thorens TD160 and the matte black version with improved and modified Tp16 tone arm. If any questions or you need any help of modifying your own table, just ask. If I'm gonna have time, I'm gonna reply for your questions. Thanks a lot, and I'm hoping to add some video with recording with the music coming from that table quite soon. Thank you.